Hey, listen, we can't have you on this show and not talk a little hockey. We love talking hockey with you. And I got to get your opinion.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, I got to get your opinion on. Sixero yesterday was worried about what Claude Julien said to the media after they laid an egg in Boston. They asked him about, did the players quit on you? And he said, I don't know, you got to go in the room and ask them. And what was your reaction to hearing that? Because to me, I'm right there with Sixero.
I went in there with the Colorado Rockies after I left Boston. I was a coach of the year and all that stuff in Boston. We were terrific. And I come in with Colorado. The one game I wanted in all year was going back into Boston. And we won. Believe it or not, we beat 5-3. And I know he'd have given his right arm to win that game. And to me, the players didn't even try. It didn't look like they even tried. And I felt so sorry for him. I watched him walking off the bench. And what is he going to say? What else was he going to say? I guess he was very bitter. I thought they could have put up a better fight than that. And how about the Boston Bruins?
Oh, my God.
Cassidy. Holy smoke, the coach. I mean, this guy, they don't have anybody in I think they got one guy in the top 30 just makes it. It's the coach that does it. And, it's so tough on Claude. He's coach of the year. He won the Stanley Cup. He turned into a dummy when he went to Montreal. So sad. I felt so sorry going off the bench seeing him because I know how good I felt going off the bench after I beat Boston in Boston.
That's a tough way back for Marc Bergevin in Montreal, isn't it, Don? Like, I'm not asking you for is he going to be fired, is he not? This seems like a really tough spot for him, right?
No, I can't see him being fired. He's got an awful lot of. They got to stop firing guys after and everything like that. This guy was Bang. He was hired. He got a good contract up. I think it was 3 or 4 year contract. I can't see firing him. And Kirk's there. Kirk Muller, good Kingston boy. I see him. He's dying 1,000 deaths. You guys remember how he used to play?
Yeah.
He'd stick his head. He'd do anything to win a hockey game. I remember he got cut one time. Toronto was losing 3-0. He went in the dressing room, got stitched up, come back with 3 minutes to go. That's the guy he is. So I don't know. I just feel as Canadian, I hope they make the playoffs, but they're not going to make the playoffs, and it's sad to see it. Everything seems to go wrong with them, but again, I'm repeating myself, but I felt so sorry for Claude last night.
Yeah, without a doubt. There seems to be concern across the country, save for Winnipeg, maybe Calgary. Even the Leafs have lost 4 in a row. Who are you most concerned about, the Oilers, the Sens, or the Habs moving forward?
I'm concerned about the Leafs, to tell you the truth, because I'm a Leaf fan, and I think they've got to all those teams got a game on hand on them, and they got a tough schedule coming up, so it's going to be tough. The teams the only team I'm really concerned about is Toronto. To tell you the truth, the other guys, they're going to have to fight it out. I don't think they'll make the playoffs, but I'll tell you one thing: watching that Calgary, is that a tough team to play? Yeah. They take no prisoners. I'll tell you, boy, that turned into a tough team. And Ryan Smith, or Mike, the goaltending is unbelievable. Hold him in there, fight Mike. I tell you one thing, boy, they better, because I think he'd give it to them in the dressing room. So they're a good team. I wish how about we had 5 last year? All the guys made the playoffs. Now 3 are out. But I think they got a long ways to go. Vancouver had so many injuries. You don't have 3 of your top players out and make the playoffs. That was so Travis Green, the coach. Yeah. They started off so great. All the best players got it. And I don't know what's going. If anybody could figure out, Talbot had a great year. He carried them last year. But it's sad to see. Another one that's sad to see is the way Edmonton not making the playoffs. Great crowd and the whole deal. And Winnipeg, they could go all the way, Winnipeg, the way they're playing.
Back to the Leafs just for a moment, Don, because Frederik Andersen for like 18 months has sat there and faced 40 shots a night. Mm-hmm. And for the most part, he's been pretty quiet about it. He kind of lost it last night on the guys, and it's caused quite the conversation around hockey. Are you okay with a goalie in that situation sounding off the way he did?
You think about it last year. 45, I think he had 45 shots, 50 shots, 30 shots. He never hardly gets under 30 shots, and I think he just lost it last night. Maybe it'll get the team going, but I don't like a goaltender doing that. But he is a guy that carried them last year. He is the guy to get 40 shots, and it's okay to people to sit in, in their living room and everything. He shouldn't say that. But you don't sit in between them and get 40 shots on you a game, and every game and you lose. And you know what you do is you waste what I call that wasting good goaltending. So they got to smarten up. The defense has got to be better. The forwards are okay. They've got to be better defense. They've got to make the playoffs, or it'll be disaster if they don't make the playoffs.
Hey, Don, when I talk to my minor league scouts in Kitchener, Waterloo, or Vancouver, or Rochester along the way, they always told me that Donald Escheri was a good stay-at-home defenseman. Do the Leafs have the defense to do any damage in these playoffs?
I think that's one of the problems they have. The guys are thinking too much offense in that. Hainsey plays good. Polak, I know everybody's after Polak not to play, but you got to have somebody back there. Yeah. You got to have somebody back there to hold the fort. And I think they should have. They got nice young guys, don't get me wrong, but they got to play defense more. They got to keep the shots down, and that's what Babcock's trying to do. He's trying to get those shots down. I mean, 40. You're not going anywhere in the playoffs if it's 40 and 50 shots and 35 shots a game. And the funny thing is, when they win, the goaltender is always one of the stars, which is unbelievable, and that's what they're after. A good stay-at-home. I love the stay-at-home defenseman. I had that in Boston. Don't worry. I told him, don't worry about the offense. Well, when I had Bobby, it was different. Don't worry about the offense. Just play defense. We'll get the puck out. The forwards will put it in.
Don, Erik Karlsson is not a stay-at-home defenseman. No. I think we can all agree with that. Do you?
Well, I think we will.
Yeah, we do agree. Don, long term, honestly, 2, 3, 4 years from now, do you see him in Ottawa?
No, he won't be in Ottawa. I can't see. He'll want 12. He'll want anybody. I'm not knocking Karlsson, but he's got to be minus 20. He's only got 3 goals. You're not going to give him the money. I can't see Ottawa give him the money. They don't have the money. I think he'll be gone. And you know what? I think he wants. Now I'm getting in trouble here. I think he wants to be gone. I think he wants to play. And I said before the season, they should never have got rid of Methot. When you get rid of Methot, you watch Karlsson will have a bad year. I said that before the season. You've got to have a guy. With a guy like him, he takes a lot of chances. You've got to have a guy pull out. And he's taken the chances. Guys have come out toward the goal. Can't do that. You've got to have a special defenseman to play with him.
That stay-at-home defenseman, Sixero.
Yeah. Well,
see?
Like a Mark Methot?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
He's really hurt them.
He's the guy.
Yeah, he's really hurt them, right, Don? That's been the story the whole year.
Well, that's what I think. And Karlsson can't be Karlsson, then you're in trouble because he's the whole team. Last year, he's a team. He's the best player. He's the best defenseman in the league because Methot would pull out. As soon as I said why they would let him go, Ottawa guy, didn't make sense.
Don, finally, because we're not going to get as many Canadian teams in the playoffs as last year. I think we're all in agreement there. However, and it was mentioned earlier in the segment. Let's leave on a high and talk about the Winnipeg Jets for a second, right?
Yeah.
The Winnipeg Jets are doing amazing. Blake Wheeler was Scheifele out. Wheeler's just taken over.
Injuries, and they've still done it, yeah.
I mean, Don, let's wrap it up and talk about right now the best team in Canada, the Winnipeg Jets.
Well, yeah, but their goaltender is holding them. It's the old story again. You got a goaltender, you can play. Last year, Talbot was unbelievable.
Yep.
And Anderson in Toronto was unbelievable. Ottawa was unbelievable, had Anderson. When they're playing top, you go there. And as long as they're goaltender for Winnipeg, because they're a tough team to play. They're like Calgary. They're tough. They don't take any prisoners. As long as you get the goaltending, and they've got the goaltending, they could go all the way.
Always a pleasure talking Canadian hockey with Don Cherry. Hockey Day in Canada tomorrow. Live from Corner Brook, Newfoundland, 1 p.m. Eastern. You can watch it virtually all day. If you turn on CBC tomorrow at any point or Sportsnet at any point, and sometimes City, you're going to catch it.
Yeah,
it's a fantastic day. Don, it's always a pleasure. Thanks for the time, sir.
Okay. I got it, the horn. All right. You give me the horn. I like it.